Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. Welcome to Supernatural Saturday. And I'm really excited today because I have a wonderful being with me today by the name of Dolores Cannon, which I only know of the fact that she founded a process called QHHT. But before we get into that, we're going to wait a few minutes for people to come on. And I want to say welcome to those of you that are coming now. And I want to talk a bit about some of the things that are happening on the planet today before we get started. I also want to mention that if that a lot of people have been asking us about the new courses and classes for mediumship beginners course, mediumship intermediate course, and mediumship advanced level courses. The new dates for this coming fall, late summer, early fall, have been posted on my website, williammichaelforbes.com. So you can go there if you want to register in advance for the programs. You can go there. You can also pay there as well. Also, if you want to support this work, please become a Patreon on my Patreon account. You can offer your support there in any way that you can. Also, during the lives today, there's a new feature on the page called Super Chats. So if you have a question, because we get a lot of questions and oftentimes we can't answer them. So please, if you want to prioritize your question so I get it and I can make certain it gets answered first, you've got Super Chats, which is a little button you hit to the left of the chat. It looks like a dollar sign. You click on that. You can make a donation of anywhere from $1 to any amount that you like. And that goes to supporting this work as well. But these coming weeks are going to be filled with incredible intensity for humanity as a whole and for many of us as individuals. When you consider what's unfolding collectively and individually, it's going to be really amazing. I hope all of you have water on hand with you today. And anytime you come to these events with us, make certain that you have water on hand, because the frequencies and energies that are put out, the vibration that is generated through these lives, alters and changes the way the brain processes information. And when that happens, the body needs more energy, more electrical conductivity, which is what the water in our blood gives us, electrical conductivity, along with iron and other things that we have in our body that conduct electrical energy. But water is the carrier for that electrical signal in the brain. That's why the brain floats in a liquid, right? In cerebral spinal fluid, the brain is floating in it. It's a liquid. So you want to keep that liquid charged and fresh and renewed. So, remember to take a sip of water regularly throughout the events, whenever you come to them. I also want to thank all of my supporters who've been coming out to these. The 3-week presentation that we've been doing is really amazing. I never know what to expect each day. They usually come in at the last second and say what they're doing. But again, remember, we are in a time of ascension where human collective unconsciousness and individual awareness are opening up to other realms of perception than the ones we've been conditioned to believe are true through our 5 physical senses. Is the reality of our physical senses the only reality exists? Absolutely not. And quantum physics and other elements of science are now beginning to prove out what's been said for hundreds of years by many of them mystics and seers and mentors and beings that have brought higher information through. And again, please make certain you stay hydrated during this process. Also, I would suggest you go out and ground. We go out for walks every single day for anywhere from 1 to 2 hours, just to allow our bodies to reconnect to the energy of the earth, the electrical potential of the earth. Your body's a microcosm of the earth. So please take the time to go out in nature and ground. Even during this time of so-called isolation, there's always a way you can at least get outside the door, breathe fresh air, put your hand on a tree, find some way to reconnect your electrical circuit to the earth's electrical circuit, which in turn is connected to the sun's electrical circuit. Now, the subject today is with Dolores Cannon, and her energy, I've never experienced it before. I've heard of her, and it's very fascinating. She's very meticulous and much slower than what my speech normally is. So I'm going to work with her today to communicate this concept that everyone is a channel, is the basic understanding that she wants to communicate to all of us, that every single one of us on this planet is a channel for spirit, for energy, for consciousness. And we're going to get into that a little bit more as we go along. I just want to say hi to everybody who's coming on. And wow, it's wonderful. Hi, Vanessa. Hi, Bugmilla. Hi, Victorious. Hi, Christina. Hi, Marigold. Uh, yeah, we'll get into questions in a moment. Hi, Melina. Hi, Prem, Sin, Rob. Hi, Norma. Hi, Manoj. Wonderful. Hi, Jenny. Again, we'll get into this in just a moment, but Dolores Cannon was, they're telling me that she was among the pioneers of the humans bringing in the first movement of these ascension energies, liberating our souls from its confinement to the mind exclusively. She opened up dimensions and doorways and gateways of awareness that took us out of just the identification with the physical body in term. Um, yeah, and she's going to speak on that in a minute. I'm going to take a couple of questions right now. Remember too that at noon hour we're going to be doing our 3 to 5 minute meditation on literally bringing this vibration of global love into human collective unconsciousness, while simultaneously amplifying that frequency in all matter, all forms upon this planet. Because we're doing that. Every thought you think, every emotion you feel is literally altering the energy of everything that comes into contact with it. You, whenever you think a thought, are generating an energy that affects the field around your body, that interacts with other things around you, people, animals, events, the air, the water. And we'll be doing that at noon hour today. For those of you that are new, we have a process. We do a Q&A for a few minutes. We go into our meditative process, and you will be altered and changed biologically because you're going to be aligning to a different frequency of your awareness and consciousness, a frequency of love that is familiar to who you are and what you understand. And so I hope you stick around for the meditation. And then after the meditation, we'll continue with Q&A with Dolores and any other beings that may come through today as well. So let's get to some Q&A and have some fun here. So again, the theme today is everyone is a channel. And this is important, very important. Every single human being on this planet is a channel. And when I asked Dolores, what do you mean by everyone is a channel? A channel of what? She says, everyone is a channel of divine spirit through the expression of their individual awareness. She says, do not make the error of thinking that you are separate from any experience you have ever had, even in lifetimes before or lifetimes to come. You are not separate from those even right now. You have access through the awareness of your spirit and connection to source to tap into and know much more than you have been led to believe you know inside that physical body that you call your identity right now, because it is not the identity of who you are, merely a simple point that you use as a reference for who you are at this time. But all of you are channels. She's stating this very clearly. All of you are channels, and this ascension process, as you are calling it now, is that ascension process is the opening up of your connection to your divine source, to your God, to the spirit of light and love that is not based in pain and suffering, but is based in the principle of giving life and giving it more abundantly from the perspective of that level of connectivity. Mm-hmm. Yes. Yeah, her groundbreaking work in past life work, along with other beings like Dr. Brian Weiss, who have also opened up these gateways. They were pioneers, the leading edge of opening up these alternative dimensions. I mean, when Einstein came up with E equals mc squared and the unified field theory, little did he know what he was also revealing to humanity. And it's just been a snowball since that all unveiled. For the last 130 years, there's been this massive snowball towards this ascension process and transformation. So let's get to this. Wow, I think there was a question here, a super question here. Hi, Vanessa. Thank you for that $5 donation. I really, that £5 donation. I really, really appreciate that, Vanessa. Your question, any special tip on how to pass my exams? I have a really hard time studying in this season. Any guidance and tips? Well, I've learned, I look back, and these beings are here to guide us all the time. Really simply, I'm getting very simple. Vanessa, consider this question right now and be mindful of the feeling that this question evokes in your energy and how you feel. Be very mindful of what response, what the answer to this question is, what feeling it evokes. The question is, if you had already passed those exams, how would you be feeling right now? Consider that vibration. Ask the question, how would you feel now if you had already passed the exam? That feeling that you're getting from that feeling of already having passed it, that feeling is what you want to focus on, for that feeling is the energy from that future event that you bring into this present when you go to your exam. Go with the feeling of what it is like to have already passed the exam. That vibration, what it would feel like if I already passed my exams. That feeling of joy or excitement, or whatever that feeling is for you, that energy is what you want to bring into your exams. It will open your mind and synchronize your mind and body to that energy. So your answers, your responses will be dictated from that feeling place instead of the old feeling place of fear, which is where most people approach things like exams and job interviews. They approach from the vibration of fear. And as a result, they get results that are based in that emotional energy. So connect to that energy of how it feels to have already passed your exam. And we'd be really excited to hear how your exam went. And many years ago, I worked with somebody who had a problem. She was on the 5th time trying to pass her exam with an insurance company, become an insurance broker. And her husband had called us and said, could you help? And they told her to do the exact same thing. How would you feel if you already passed? She ended up passing because she went into the exam with that energy, with that vibration, right? Because emotion determines behavior mentally and physically. Remember that. Emotion determines behavior mentally and physically. And you can learn to choose or generate an emotion that will support the outcome that's going to give you the results that you want. Great question, Vanessa. And I hope a lot of people understand the value of that energy, that information that just came through, because it can be applied to anything. And thank you again, Vanessa. Good morning, Lysandra. Hi, Yvette. Hi, Trish. Hi, Renati. Let's see. Hi from Edmonton, Sunny Soul. How to have more clarity of mind and energy. Again, Dolores is here. If you want to ask Dolores Cannon any questions you'd like to answer from her perspective, she's more than happy to step forward. I'm not here alone. There are other beings with me too. And they'll address questions outside the scope of what you'd normally be thinking you could have answered. Yes. Absolutely, Prem. Again, I'm speaking from William, but also Dolores is piping in. Yes, absolutely. You will alter your mind-body identity and your emotional energy system to align yourself to higher frequencies. Once you understand how to change the way your emotional energy works in your body, the way your awareness can interact with your mind and body differently than it does when it's identified with the content of your mind, you'll find yourself experiencing great liberation from the little self that has had you bound to the conditions of your past, repeating itself in your present. Dolores is stepping into, she's saying, very important that you learn to relax yourself. It's pretty easy to relax yourself if you just sit back and breathe. But relaxation is very important to begin to free yourself from the day-to-day you that you think you are struggling with to get free of. It is not something you are struggling with. It's just that you do not know how to teach it to be relaxed and reposed, so it will be more receptive to who you are and less interfering in what you wish to be. Hope that answers that question, Prem. Hi, Sunny's asking how to have more clarity of mind and energy. Right. It's funny, Sonny. The answer that's coming through is simply learning to quiet your mind and slow your emotional energy down. The two are inseparable. When you learn to quiet your thoughts down, your emotions naturally fall in line, and in turn, your body becomes more fluid. She's saying fluid, free, free. In that process of stilling your mind and relaxing your body, you liberate your soul from having to run around to try and fix things in here, to control everything, to stay sane is the word they're using, to stay sane. Learn to relax your body more deliberately and consciously. And this is very true. I mean, remember, when you take a breath, you take a physical breath with your body, you are asserting authority over your body. Only you can do that. When you take a breath, you are commanding the body to do something. Breathe. You can do the same thing with your mind. You can command your mind to be still and quiet and and the mind, of course, in the beginning will fight you and argue. You just go, no. Come back to being quiet. Come back to being quiet. Breathe, relax, come back to being quiet. And you learn to work with body and mind to train them to be your servant and not your master. Most people think that the body and mind is what's controlling them. And yet this is your divine temple that you get to control and operate. Come home and begin to put your house in order, right? As Master Jesus says all the time, put your house in order. Great question. Hi, Melina. Wow. So the theme, every one of you is a channel. All of us are a channel for divine wisdom and knowledge from a perspective of awareness, that place where you connect energetically to infinite consciousness. The challenge that many of you face is in learning to quiet yourself down enough to hear what you actually know. And she's saying it's easy when you train yourself to do this, when you get your mind and body quiet. I did this with many, in having them lie down, in having them follow my instructions. I could lead their body and mind to stillness, and therefore their awareness to a place where it was unbound by this point of time and space that they were in with me, so that they could move their awareness to different places in time, space, and matter, and even be able to connect deliberately to the God that they are a part of, that we are all a part of. There are natural phenomena of miracles that happen too when you connect to these higher aspects of your being, the divine within you. It knows how to restore anything. There are no restrictions or limitations in spirit, but those restrictions and limitations can manifest and appear in your form. Thank you. And it's important. What she's saying is really true. Understand that the only limitations for the liberation, the emancipation of your soul from the body mind is teaching the body mind what you want it and need it to be in the moment. And we're bombarded. People are bombarded in this physical dimension with fear and guilt and shame and terror and oh my gosh. And that energy keeps people stuck in the body. Fear is hardwired in the body. Fear is not who you are. Love is what you are. Love is what you are. Fear is what's hardwired in the body to protect the body. But the body can't distinguish between reality and fantasy. So even if you think a thought, oh, I might get COVID virus if I go out the door, the body goes into fear automatically to protect you. And of course, when it goes into fear, the immune system drops down and your chances of it contracting something goes up because you've lowered the vibrational frequency by getting attached to that limiting emotional energy. Dolores is saying, it's so simple, and it's even simpler now for many of you because much of the knowledge and information that was unlocked by me and others in my time has been opened far wider, as in with this one here, who has also begun to open that even further. And each of you can bring us and many others through. We are waiting for you to drop away from to disengage from this so that you can engage what is all around you and you can become aware of it. I love that. That's so true. Wow. Hello, Jessica. Bo Christie. Hi. Just scrolling back up to make sure I haven't missed anybody. The super chat, when people do a super chat, it doesn't always register right away. It shows up a little different each time. More clarity, more energy. Magic, could you please? Oh, it's funny. Manoj, she's saying to you, you simply need to just be aware of your own essence, and you will find your Kundalini automatically awakening. That means you have to disentangle your awareness from being the body. And this you can do through meditation, or you may find a practitioner who can lead you in that process to distinguish between your awareness and your mind and body. It is a skill that you must learn, but everybody was born innately knowing how to be that which you already are, but you were given a mask to wear in the form of a personality that you now have to learn to take that mask off to reveal the true face of your own being. Thank you. That's great. I love that. Marigold is asking, when guided to meditate, is it best to use guided meditations? I'd like to answer that from personal experience, Marigold. Dolores is saying, yes, in your case, that would be a very sufficient process for you, but it would not be necessary for the entire duration. For once you liberate, you will not require something outside of yourself to guide you. But everyone needs a guide when they are learning to follow a new path or climb the divine mountain. She's calling it a divine mountain. When you are climbing the divine mountain, you will need a guide to take you up there the first time. But once you've gone up the mountain, you can begin to journey there in many different ways yourself. I'm interpreting that to mean that you get to the place where you can actually just move your awareness into your connection to your source and ask source to connect to you, or you can ask Master Jesus or Buddha or Metatron or Joan of Arc or Madame Blavatsky or any of the beings that you want to connect to, and connect to them in that all-knowing spirit where all things exist at all points of time and space. But this finite personality does not have the software or the hardware to do that, but you do. You can download that information, that training into the body, so it can be a better antenna for divine messages. But we are all channels. Remember that everybody innately is tapped into God. Nobody is separate from it. Nobody, not one single soul on this planet. Great question, Marigold. Drusilla. Wow. Drusilla, I get this jump, like a jump for joy from her heart. There's a great rise in her heart. And again, what is that symbolic of? She's saying she's calling it the great liberation of your soul. It's the great liberation of your soul, but one step on the journey of that fulfillment. There will be other steps that will reveal themselves, but that is the first step. Yes. Thank you. Good question, Drusilla. Hi, Shane. Good morning. Trish is asking, go for it. I'm a student. Oh, yes. Thank you, Trish. Hi, Bo, for Dolores. This is a question. Okay. Bo is asking Dolores, if we are reincarnated only 50 miles from where we were in our past life, how does that affect our life if born in one country but were raised in another? That's a great question, Bo. And the answer she's giggling at the answer. She's saying, it is unfortunate that I was not around longer in the body to express and articulate that this process is not identical to the method that you think it is, that you are not limited to a 50-mile range of reincarnation. You are only limited by the quality of the vibrational state that you cultivate in your awareness, which is ultimately what determines what soul ends up in what body. That can be in an immediate location, but that can also be in countries thousands of miles apart. It is the quality of your vibrational awareness that determines exactly where in matter, time, and space you will end up next in your reincarnated process. As if you were to backtrack in previous incarnations, you would see clearly the development of your awareness and why you move from one form to another over many lifetimes. It is the quality of your vibration that establishes what you will come back into and as, what experience you'll begin to relive, or new experiences you cultivate as a result of the quality and the changes of your awareness, the vibration that is your divine soul, here to function as an independent extension of divinity. Cool. Thank you. Victorious is asking, is it true that we have moved to a higher harmonic universe? Absolutely. Absolutely. I've got Metatron coming in to answer that for you, Victorious. This is the nature of the deliberate purpose of ascension, the deliberate cultivation of higher awareness. The movement away from the vibrations of fear necessitates this as an effect in time, space, and matter. The very nature of that change from fear to love necessitates a completely different manifestation in the experience of being material. It alters the vibrational rate and frequency of all matter, the vibration of love that is truly you. The greater the love, the higher the frequency. The lower the frequency, the more fear there is, the lower the frequency. And this can be experienced individually as well as collectively. He says, we are holding specific frequencies collectively with humanity to assist you in bringing all of you up simultaneously. Cool. Great question. Hi, Jessica. Trish is asking, asking Dolores, what challenges did you face as you pursued hypnotherapy? Were you so ahead of your time? Thank you. She's laughing and says, when you understand that the information and knowledge that was brought through my physical form in this dimension was not located to just the specific time, the information I brought through that body at that time may have appeared cutting edge or innovative, but this is knowledge and information that has been available throughout all time and space, past, present, and future. It is just that some of us have tapped into it at specific times and bring it through, usually at low points in human consciousness, in order to keep it up, to raise it back up to higher frequencies. But one of the challenges I did face is with my peers and those who were still unwilling to accept the truth that they were not physical beings exclusively, but indeed were individual awareness or souls that were capable of moving through time, space, and matter without the constraints of limited finite lifetimes. That threw a monkey wrench into the established orders of belief at that time, that those of religion and science that could not measurably identify the existence of a non-physical awareness or your soul. With them, I came to some conflict, but the focus of my purpose bypassed any limitations that I might have experienced as a result of the existing beliefs of that time. Thank you. I believe we're going to get ready to do our short meditation now. It's right now. So everybody, I want you to take a slow, deep breath and let's get centered in. And I want you to access what for you is a vibration or feeling of love as you understand it to be at this moment. And just take a slow, deep breath and breathe the feeling of love as you can recall it or sense it into your body, and fill your body with that vibration right now. And imagine now that you can access and exhale that vibration of love to fill the space around your body. And breathe deeply and amplify or strengthen that feeling of love within and around your body. And as you exhale, expand your awareness out to surround the circumference of the earth with your awareness and this vibration of love. Allow this vibration of love, as you understand it to be, to surround the entire earth. And breathe deeply and amplify this feeling around the earth. Now, as you exhale, allow that vibration to permeate every molecule contained within the Earth's atmosphere. As you continue to exhale, allow that vibration to penetrate the people, animal, trees, the water. And when you inhale, amplify that feeling and penetrate it deeper into every molecule of every being, every form contained within the earth. And as you exhale, allow the vibration of love as you know it to intensify in the space of the earth and in the molecules of your body. And just feel the vibration of love as you're able to experience your generation of it at this time. Breathe deeply and intensify it even more. Allow every molecule within and around the earth to feel this vibration, including your body. Now become aware of the vibration in the cells of your body. Notice how your cells are vibrating differently now. Feel the energy that you just generated and instilled in your cells. Feel the energy in the space around your body. And know that you've actually generated and extended that energy to all space and time contained within and around the earth. And very gently just breathe your awareness and breathe the vibration of love deeply into the cells of your body. Let every molecule in your body feel the vibration of love as you know it to be. And when you're ready, just gently center your awareness back here now and just let yourself feel that vibration. You are a channel that can bring forth any vibration, whether it's fear or love. You can generate, amplify, extend any vibrational energy you want to into your body and into the time and space around your body. You can extend this vibration into your past and into your future. And when you begin to understand that, you have this capability as ascension, extension of infinite intelligence, infinite love, that you can work with this energy all the time. And just imagine, depending on what you're feeling from this vibration, what it would be like to be able to do this every single day or to feel this all the time and to amplify it and make it stronger and more potent every day. Yes, Dolores is saying in her work, she liberated people from their attachment to their fear of both the present and the past. And the liberation from fear always results in the awareness of love unfolding to your consciousness. I really like that. That's really good. Thank you. So we're going to get back to Q&A. Yeah, thank you so much. Yes. Nothing to be sorry about, she's saying, Trish. Uh, Shane is asking, any guidance for me to focus on, such as ablades and practices to add in my day-to-day life? Thank you. My database does not understand the word. Abilities. Abilities and practices. Thank you. She just told me it was abilities and practices of my day-to-day life. She's saying, get yourself quiet more often. Get yourself quiet more often. Meditation is a very powerful tool, but even just breathing your body and just allowing all the whole body to relax and let go. Let your mind, let your thoughts go. Move into silence. You cannot hear, your divine beings are with you all the time. They're angels, guides, multidimensional beings with all of us that we can tune into. But when we're so attached to what's going on in here, it's hard to hear anything else. And still, 75% of the people on the planet are so caught up in this, what's going on in here, they can't hear all of the wealth of help and guidance and support that's around them to help liberate them. So you want to get this really, really quiet. Really, really quiet. Yeah, she's saying that you can study her practices of QHHT and learn simple ways of getting your mind and body quiet and liberating yourself from those things that you think inhibit your abilities. She's saying your abilities aren't inhibited at all. You are just not attached enough to that aspect of yourself to liberate those abilities into your physical world. Cool. Thank you. Good question, Shane. Wow. Melina. Christine is asking, I feel myself like Dolores said, the second wave who came to Earth, one who doesn't like much being around people. Will I be working with people regarding channeling or other ways in this lifetime? She's saying that is a choice that you can make. If you haven't made the choice, then it will not happen. It sounds to me that you are more undecided about what it is you will do. It is a matter of being decisive, for you are an unlimited soul and you may choose many paths. If that is one you wish to choose, then you must choose it deliberately and consciously, and then take the necessary steps that would allow you to support that becoming a part of your physical world. Melina's asking, are the volunteers from New Earth becoming aware of their role at these times, or are still many of them not awakened? Are all of them starseeds? Are there also volunteers from Inner Earth? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter where you are or who you are. Everyone is experiencing some degree of awakening. Do not confuse the intensity of fear being expressed overtly by humanity. It is now fear which was once hidden that is now revealed. None of you can deny your fear now. The question is, will you release it? There are many among you that are consciously deciding, no, I will not live in fear anymore. And it is your conscious decision to not allow fear to govern your thoughts and your actions, but to allow love to be that which articulates the expression of your being. This is the front line, those who are now consciously choosing love over fear and allowing love's expression to determine the creative process through those individuals. And there are many of you, tens of millions of you, awakening rapidly, some of you abruptly, some of you wondering what is going on. Why do I feel this way? Why do I think these thoughts? Because you are becoming aware of thoughts that are not in harmony with who you are, but you shall be liberated from them too. We are with you all. Ask. We will join you and assist you in the best way that we can. Let's see. Yes, unconditional love to all. Let's see. Adam's asking, can I ask Archangel Michael, who was that being that I saw floating near my bedside? What did it want and why was it there? What was it there for? What did it want to show me? And what exactly should I do? Michael's giggling at you. He's saying, you need to write your questions down, my little brother. He's saying you need to write your questions down, for you are receiving the answers already, but you have forgotten your questions. And I would say to you, be very conscious about the questions you wish to have answers for when you ask them, they will come. But you must remember that you asked them. You called forth to be revealed to you that which you need to know, to ask those that you are here to work with. They have come forward, but you've forgotten who you are asking or when you are asking. So please write your questions down. The who and the what you already know because you have asked us. Remember to write your questions down so when the unknown and unfamiliar comes to you, you will understand that you called it forth. You summon us forth or you do not summon us forth. But we are here with all of you. Remember your questions so you will understand what happens and the answers that come frequently to all of you without fail, we might add. Yes. Hi, Jessica. I was wondering, any message for me? Thank you so much. Wow. The only message I get for you, Jessica, is stop doing that. And I don't know what that means. They're just saying, stop doing that. Dolores is saying you have an emotional attachment from a past life that you must release. You must understand the emotion to that attachment is what's making you do that. And again, I'm not sure what that is or means, but that's what they're saying. And that's what she's saying. Yes, she's saying it's an attachment to a past life experience. So it's really important to identify the emotion. Again, that's attached to the behavior because that's what's connected to the past life. Either let the emotion go and replace it with love. Because once you let a certain emotion go, that's connected to a particular behavior, no matter how destructive the behavior. Once you let the emotion connected to the behavior go, the behavior begins to lose its strength. Then the automatic program of that behavior begins to break down. It's letting go of the emotion. People don't realize the body is an effect of emotional energy. Change the emotional energy, the behavior of the body changes automatically. Very important to understand that. It's interesting. That's a good question. She's saying, I agree with anything that will liberate many souls from the confines of their limitations. From where I am now, there are many things, including what you call QHHT, that serve to liberate many of you from the confines of your littleness. What do you mean by littleness? The ego self, the constructed personality, the belief that you are less than what you are. Cool. Drusilla, thanks so much. I want to definitely learn to do this next. So yeah, the key lesson today is that every one of us is a channel for divine wisdom and knowledge. For centuries, we have been told by specific authorities that we had to look to them to find the source that beats our heart. But the source that beats your heart right now is not in somebody else telling you what it should be. It's in you and in me. It's in all of us. Even those who would tell you that it's not in you, it is. God is in you, an open ear always. The masters, all beings from all points of time and space are within us as we are within them. And it's important to liberate yourself from the beliefs that were enforced upon us for hundreds, if not thousands of years. And this is what the Ascension process, it's literally cutting the sandbags of the personality off our souls so we can fly free in the purpose of our being in this physical dimension. It's time to be free. It's freedom time. It's freedom time, no longer Miller time. It's freedom time. Yeah, and I really appreciate your support and your contributions to this work. It's really, really, you have no idea how helpful that is. Terry's asking, can you speak to the subject of the current transformation we are being forced into? Uh, I get a lot of chuckling about that. Nobody was forced into this. Everyone collectively agreed to it. Everyone collectively agreed that there was a time for change that had to happen now, not only for the sake of the individual expressions of you on this planet, but for the very quality of the consciousness of the planet itself. This is a joint venture. This is not something imposed upon you. If you perceive it that way, then you will create enemies in your world against you, and you will be against them. Understand, if you have collaborated in pursuing and discovering love as your true expression, then you would do that to reveal anything within you that would not be love's expression. Please remember this. All of you agreed to this. It does not matter what level of the social or economic scale you may exist on, consciously or unconsciously, from a spiritual perspective of your awareness. All of you have agreed collectively to do this together. The vibrational energies of the collective unconsciousness of humanity are being rapidly transformed from fear to extensions and expressions of love, truth, honor, respect, and integrity. Wow. Wow. I can really start to feel it in my cells now. Love it. You're welcome, Shane. It's again, we are these beings. This is not who you are. This is an animal that we live inside, right? It feels pain. It feels pleasure. That's all it really knows how to learn from, right? And sometimes when it's in intense pain, we can forget that we can alter and change that condition from a perspective of awareness, right? There's a condition in hypnosis they call gloved anesthesia, where they can take they've done surgery without anesthetic, and it's a process of conditioning the individual to believe their bodies, that part will feel no pain, no bleeding, no negative side effects, and the body follows that. Indian fakirs do this all the time when they lie on beds of nails or do fire walking. It's amazing what you can. You are a master of this temple, but you must learn this. You must practice that. You're a master over your mind, but you must learn that and practice that, because most people have been telling you what to think, what to believe for so many decades, especially with the mass media, what to be afraid of, what not to be, who to listen to, who not to listen to. When you drop what you've been told from your mind and you start to listen to the divine within you, that beautiful vibration of love that's constantly calling to you to say, be still, be at peace, be in love. To that part of you, as you begin to get to that, you start to liberate yourself from this. And then you get to retrain this to be in the image and likeness of the love that is you. And we're all on that journey together. Yes, I understand. Thank you. She's just saying to me, this is the fundamental understanding of what being a divine channel is, that you liberate yourself from the restrictions. Hi, Adam. What is preventing me from hearing spirits? Can Miss Dolores give me a list of things I can do to hear them? She's laughing. She says, you do not need a list of things to hear that which you already have the ears to hear. You must close these ears and close these eyes. You must put this thing to sleep so that you may awaken. And that which you know, you will know. But you continue to try to find the reference for what you don't know inside what you already do know. You must step away from what you know to liberate yourself, to have the information you already possessed brought down into your mind and body. Be still. Be still this. You must learn to make it still and listen. To hear spirits, you must learn to unhear everything else. And in the stillness, you can hear. I like to say, my way of saying that is, you cannot know anything new from what you already know. You cannot experience anything new or different if you're attached to stuff you already know. You can't. It's impossible. You can only experience what you know from what you know. Or you can repeat what you know in a slightly different way, but it'll always still be based on what you know. When you learn to step out of your mind and step out of memory and learn to be in the present, then you start to know what you don't know. Then you start to see and experience things differently. And we teach this all in our courses and classes. You learn to go through a process of differentiating from your body and your mind and connecting to the angels and guides that are with all of us. There are trillions, there are an unlimited number of species and beings and dimensions and frequencies of vibration and consciousness in the creation. And we see but a small fraction of it here, but you can open up in your awareness, you can open up to so much more. And the only way to know that is to learn to step out of this. Great question, Shane, or Adam, pardon me. Grand rising, great is rising. Wonderful, thank you. Hi, Christina. Oh, you're welcome, Melina. Hi, Patricia. Wow. What time is it? How are we getting there? 12:22. Nice time. Thank you for that donation of $15, Drusilla. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. You have no idea how what that means to me as a third dimensional being, but it also helps to make the time and energy for getting this set up and doing all this and bring these beings in worth it. It's we need to eat, so to speak. We need to keep the lights on. Thank you so much. SJK, I believe I am a first waver. I've been trying to help people my whole life. Now that the ascension is finally upon us, I'm exhausted and don't really want to help anyone anymore. She's laughing and she's saying your exhaustion is because you're still expecting something from your past to liberate you in the present. She said, I would recommend you spend a bit more time appreciating yourself from the perspective of silence. You must shut this thing up going on in here. Shut up the expectations that you've been holding in your heart, for you've been seeking to create a future from your past. And you cannot experience any joy or love in experiencing a future based on your past. And this is what is exhausting. Move yourself into the deliciousness of the present. And you can do this sitting in a chair, letting this go, letting this world go. She's referring to your mind, who you think you are, letting that go. She says, if you can let that go for a few minutes each day, you'll begin to feel the weights come off you. And she's saying, I don't know why she's saying this. She's saying you'll restore Eden's frequency into your life again. You'll plant the new seed in your mind and body of love, from this perspective of soul awareness. Yeah, soul awareness. Thank you. Well, Trish, advice for parents feeling pressure from the program of homeschooling the kids. I personally feel the education system needs a total overhaul. In fact, I feel that perhaps that paradigm shift is starting. Yes, absolutely, Trish, it is starting. It's funny, the question that comes, I don't know who's coming from, but the pressure, I'm just going to go see here if I missed something. No, I didn't. Wait a second. Let's see here. Okay. Wow. So to answer your question simply, Trish, if you're feeling pressure to homeschooling your children, it is because you're trying to homeschool your children from a familiar model that you remember you think you're supposed to be doing. That vibration or feeling of pressure, if you relieve it, they're saying you can relieve yourself of that feeling of pressure internally, and the model that is natural for you and your children will come through, but you must relieve the sensation of pressure from your being. Relieve the sensation of pressure from your being. I got somebody coming in saying that pressure may be a specific emotion too. But that makes perfect sense to me, because if you're feeling a pressure, it's either a belief in your mind or a sensation in your body that's a result of a belief in your mind. Relieve the pressure, something else will be there in its place. It's like pulling the rose-colored glasses off. You'll see something different. I love that. Thank you so much. Um, uh, Angel Light, Dolores, do you have a message for Angel? Um, yeah, she's saying that you need to really. She's saying, dear, you need to really consider pursuing hypnosis. Um, Look deeply into hypnosis right now and understand its uses in liberating you from your past, and how it will do the same for others. She's also saying, I don't know what she's saying. She's saying dress in brighter clothing. She's saying that very forcefully. Dress in brighter clothing. I don't know why she's saying that, but dress in brighter clothing. Um, uh, mm, uh, Nomi is saying, she's asking Dolores, how do you describe the hereafter for us all to visit in the near future, to join you? Um, she's saying the language, the hereafter, is actually the here and now. When you understand it is the here and now and not hereafter, many of you are seeking something beyond the moment, and so you miss that which you are seeking, and you get disappointed because you don't arrive there. But what you are seeking is not hereafter; it is here and now. And this, she says, this is incredibly delicious. It is better than chocolate. um, um, yeah, it is like warm sunshine, but it is here and now. Stop trying to figure it out and just be present in it now. Cool. Uh, I is asking who in my divine team is around me, and um, are there ways they're communicating that I'm not picking up? Um, well, I know Archangel Michael comes through really strong first eye. Um, I like that, by the way. I am. Michael comes really strong. He's saying he's literally been trying to knock on the back of your head, literally right at the back, like just above where the spinal cord, spine goes into the skull. He says he's knocking just above that. He's saying he's trying to get you to stimulate or activate your pineal gland. He's trying to send a vibration, right? Okay, I'll tell her. He's saying you need to begin to work on stimulating your pineal gland, and the pineal gland is an organ that is in the middle of the brain, and you want to apply pressure to it. You can literally squeeze and hold your breath and apply pressure in your head. Will begin to stimulate pressure against the pineal gland. He's saying you'll begin to get different sensations. Slow, deep breathing, applying pressure to that space in the middle of your head, releasing it. He says to pay close attention to the sensation you experience when you release the pressure. Feel what you feel when you release the pressure, and be aware of what is in that sensation. Wow. He says others will become apparent to you in that energy. Again, I don't know what he means by that energy. I'm presuming it's the electrical sensation that happens when we release the energies that are contained within the pineal gland, because the pineal gland is a divine antenna. It can let you tune into higher frequency beings really rapidly. We address that in the mediumship courses too, how to activate your pineal gland. I've got time for one more question. Wow. Vanessa is asking, can you ask all the guides present with you to clear blockages in my third eye? Yes, I can do that right now. Do not think, feel. Yes. They're saying keep your focus here and continue to breathe. Thank you. Yeah. They said you should be feeling it now. They're saying keep your focus on the sensation there and allow what comes to come. Continue this after this also. Continue to do this. And that's a great place to end this today. I want to say if you want to, you can book a reading with me. Go to my website. If you want a private reading with me, WilliamMichaelForbes.com. Also, the new class and course dates starting in September are up on the website. If you want to register or join the courses and classes and learn to open yourself up to your divine team, you can go and do that. And we'd love to have you. And this is the time. Remember, connect to love, everybody. That is your true nature. And when we all learn to do that, we lift everything up simultaneously. And I want to say thank you so much for your support, for your giving of your time and your energy to come out here, for also for your donations. Again, if you want to support me, you can support my work on Patreon. This is so important, this work, from my finite perspective, but also from a bigger picture. And again, much love to all of you, and we're going to wish you a wonderful and a joy-filled day. And take care. Bye for now.